Hi, and welcome to our next episode in the Midstream Shorts video series, where we spend just 5 minutes to talk about different topics surrounding lighting and our core sectors of aviation, maritime, and sports. Today's topic is an interesting one because it doesn't relate exactly to what we do, but something we get asked about regularly, and I mean like continuously and all the time. So the topic is AGL, Airfield Ground Lights. And we get asked, who shall we approach for our AGL requirements? These are the in-ground lights or even elevated lights that sit along taxiways or runways at airports. Now, as you know, we specialize in apron flood lighting, so that's a different system altogether. But for AGL, this is a very specialized, very technical topic. And in fact, when we get asked who we recommend, we always ask that we understand the region in which this is going to be deployed, which area this airport belongs to. Because actually, if you consider Europe, Middle East, and Africa as a region, the EMEA region, there are really three dominant players there, four actually, and they are from the UK, ATG Airports, which is a great company, great friends of ours, and has been around for a long time, has done so many wonderful airports around the world, and really specialize in control systems, specialize in AGL, wonderful guidance signs. So really kind of a full service company with the ability to also do installations around the world. Then we have ADB Safegate, obviously the biggest player, most well known to everybody, really kind of grew through continuous mergers and acquisitions. You know, two big companies, ADB and Safegate, merged, but behind them were Idman and others. So all those guys came together and are really kind of the biggest player in the market today. Very reliable, full cycle. So actually now expanding into terminal and radar and managing the tower. It's a lot of integrated systems for tower and apron and AGL. Clearly a great choice also for the US, but we'll come to that in a minute. And then two others are OCEM from Italy, well established, more of a niche player, really again full suite of products, high reputation, great agents around the world. We know them very well indeed. And TKH, which was actually, I believe, a spin out from Hella, which is that global lighting business. And so they are, of course, famous for their SED system, which is a unique way to actually communicate the lights with power without actually having a cable. So those are kind of the four players in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region. If you go to the US, then apart from ADB Safegate, you have Eaton Cruise Hines, which again I think is now part of Cooper, but also probably the second biggest in the US, long history of working there and some countries outside the US. And that kind of also extends down to South America. Most players are really trying to work in South America too. That's OCEM and TKH and ADB Safegate and Cruise Hines. If you go over to Asia, you've got different players altogether. So out of Korea, you have Yu Yang, very knowledgeable and experienced company. AirSafe, already not so much an Asian company, but really well represented in the European markets. Now, of course, certain countries will have their local players. And so if you take a country like India or Turkey or Russia with lots of airports, lots of domestic airport infrastructure, they will typically have a company that dominates that market, but normally not really present in international markets too. We see that they do sometimes try to enter international markets, but normally these are dominated by the big players that I mentioned. So, of course, certification, experience are key, but also what kind of support will you have actually on the ground? So if you are, for example, in Honduras, or if you are in the Southern Island, New Zealand, who is going to be there to help you when you need to update your system, improve it, look for spares? That element of support is probably going to be the most critical consideration, more so than price, when choosing your preferred AGL supply partner. Anyway, give us your feedback. Tell us if you agree or you have further comments. You can do that below now. That'd be great. And we look forward to speaking to you again about another topic soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.